Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode. All right, we are zipping home. We're having a great day. Today is a great day. We're not going to overwork, overstress, or panic. So, had the team meeting, went well. Couple items that popped up that I'm learning from in a transition. Someone from one of the old studios. So, I bought a studio that was under the ownership of one equity cohort, one like investment group. And of the 3 studios, I bought one of them. Someone bought another one just recently, and the group is keeping that first studio. And unfortunately, some of the administrative headaches is the usernames and passwords for items like a file storage system, a scheduling system, a photo library system. Sometimes the username passwords are under someone's name. Sometimes they're under like a location account. And so our studio, since it was like the third of the 3 studios ownership, a lot of the usernames and passwords are either under one of the guys that sold, or it's under the studio email from the first studio that they ever owned. And so where it's been a hassle for us is now that the 3 studios have been split apart, an owner at the starting studio is saying, hey, I wanted to clean up some of our files, save money on storage costs. I'm going to start deleting some photos and videos and flyers and brochures and PDFs because I don't want to pay for storage costs. And in the contract, my studio was going to have access to everything. And so we've just had this whole time they're sharing their username and password with us. That's cool. That's nice. However, that's a hassle because now when they want to start deleting files, they're deleting their file, but also our files. And so now we're having to say, hey, thanks for the heads up. Contractually, we have access to those. So either hand over that username and password so that we can keep it and you won't have to maintain it, or we need copies of all of that. And so just some back and forth, miscommunications, getting all that organized. What I should have done right away is should have transferred ownership and access instantly so that only my studio would have a copy of everything and not allowing the sharing all going on. I should have had a clean cut from all the other studios, all the other individuals, so that any changes they would make would not impact us whatsoever. So that's something I'm learning. Cut ties from commingling stuff far too much earlier on. I should have done that. I talked with the head manager one-on-one afterward. It went really well. Some staffing things that we're seeing, at least, is we have a handful of part-time shift leads, other individuals that help run the studio when the head manager is not on site. And it's been a little tricky because some of the when you're working 2 shifts a week or 3 shifts a week, you're not going to be in the know as to club weekly happenings, certain promotions, different things that we're running each and every week. And there's communication, things get dropped, as well as it's a little trickier when something in studio has to happen. Hey, can someone update this billboard? Can someone replace the water filter? This bathroom needs an out of order sign. Things that happen in person that you can't really do at home. And when you have a lot of part-time staff, they don't get the memos. They don't get up to speed on things because they assume, well, the head manager will do it or one of the other many part-time managers will handle it. And so there's no one that is personally invested in that responsibility list. And so I'm learning it's good to have lots of part-time people so that things for sure get covered. The drawback, though, is that when everyone assumes it's going to get covered, then no one makes sure it gets covered. And so the head manager is still implicitly dealing with a lot. So I'm learning there's a happy medium. Asking around, what do other studios do? What other studios hand as their employment structures? They have one head honcho, general manager, and they have an assistant manager that's doing the rest of everything. And so they have shift leads that will handle and fill hours for vacations, for evenings that are kind of random, and they make sure like the place is staffed, but the responsibilities are 100% on either the top person or the second tier person. And there's no like third, fourth, fifth, sixth part-time managers. And so that's something that I'm learning. You can't have too many people involved, but also not too few. Otherwise, responsibilities trickle down. And so that's probably why a 2-person marriage situation works out best. Responsibilities either happen to person A or person B, but you don't have 7 people in a marital relationship. Otherwise, stuff just never happens and things fall through the cracks in your home life. So anyhow, just a comedic take on something I'm seeing in a working environment. So time to zip home, do some follow-ups from the studio session, and figure out, like, okay, we're going to stress about the things we can handle. We're not going to stress about things that we cannot handle. And easier said than done, but I have so much energy in the day. And let's fast forward 60 years from now. What do I want as an 80-year-old, as a 90-year-old? I want my kids to love hanging around with me. I want my wife to be happy to hang around with me. I want friends that have been there my whole life. I want to have some career accomplishments would be cool. I want to help train and up-level and equip people to win in life. And that's the destination. And along the way, hopefully there'll be some good businesses that have happened. Hopefully there'll be some good employee-employer relationships that have happened. Realizing like I'm not going to have owned this studio 60 years from now. I may or may not know my staff 60 years from now. I mean, they'll all be older than me, so I probably will have outlived them. But at the end of the day, I need to invest my time and my energy where 50 years from now, it's going to be something that I'm engaged on. And so I cannot stress myself into anxiety and uncertainty on things that I don't know will be. And so, I don't know, man. That's when I'm going to invest my time and my energy. My job won't be here. My studio won't be here. My friend groups hopefully will still be alive from here. And if we're having a light session coming up, darn it, I didn't do enough to tee it up well. And I'm not going to let that be the be-all, end-all. We got a solar eclipse to prep for the rest of the day, so I'm going to go pick up, see if I can find some, what do they call those little glass things? A way to see the solar eclipse. It's cloudy today, though, so I hope the clouds fade away. I don't know. We'll find out. But that's where we're at today. That's where we're going. And I'm learning to just let stuff go. To let it go. To not have stress when I breathe in and breathe out. To not upset my digestive system. To not lose sleep over things that I cannot control. And yes, there are things I cannot control. Despite what the gurus tell you, I will have extreme ownership over everything. I'm going to have ownership over the input. I'm going to allow things to be outside of my output because I am not going to act like I can control everything. The eclipse is happening today, whether I control it or not, and that is not my fault that the eclipse is happening today. So I'm not going to panic if the sun goes out for 2 hours today. It is foolhardy to think that I can control that. No, I can't. That is ridiculous. So, control what you can. You got 12 hours in a day. You got a family, friends, meals, oxygen, water, and just let the rest be. Because all it's supposed to do is to drive you crazy to think you can control everything. So, let's enjoy life. And enjoy life we shall. That's where we're at. That's where we're going. Let's rock and roll. This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY Due Diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.